Good morning, Schrute Stocks family. What's going on, guys? Today is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. Beautiful green morning. Let's go. I told you guys, what did I tell you? Do not panic when you see red. You got to be a shark when you see that. What do sharks do when they see red, guys? When there's red in the water, what do? They go in and attack it. What did I tell you all of last week? Buy those stocks up. Buy the ones that you were convicted in and go for it. That's how you got to think, guys. These hedge funds, these billionaires, how do you think they become billionaires, guys? They don't run away when they see red. And that's how we got to start thinking, all right? So I'm going to run you through some stuff here. The big player, the big name, you know what I'm going to be talking about. Rocket Mortgage. Look at this, guys. Look at this. What did I tell you? What did I tell you last week? Guys, the reason why this thing is running up so much is because of that dividend payment that they said, okay? I covered this in my last, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later in the video because I don't want you guys to get confused on the dates and people are giving a lot of misinformation on the internet right now. So just, guys, don't just follow whatever other people are saying. It's very critical of like what date you're planning to buy in, which ones you're not. And I want to tell you guys, look, if you have not made your position in Rocket Mortgage, don't chase the hype. There's always going to be another play. Guys, mark my words on this. There's always another play. The people who get hurt in this stock market game are the ones who go from hype to hype to hype because you can't always keep chasing. All right, guys? Now, with that said, there is still some room to grow in this stock, and I'm going to cover this in a little bit. But, guys, I got in on this last week just based off the earnings reports. Remember what I was telling you? That even with just the earnings, they were going to be doing a good job here. Nobody could have predicted that dividend payment that they were going to be doing, the $1.11 per share. Nobody could have predicted that, but because of that, along with the high amount of shorts that are on this stock, I think it's like over 35%. There is very big gains that can be made here, and this has gotten a lot of. I was normally expecting this to hit $30 by the end of the week or so, just based off of the earnings, things like that. But because this has now gotten a lot of mainstream traction on like Wall Street bets, stock twits, things like that, this thing is really getting. I don't want to say it's a meme stock because this is actually not like this is not a meme stock because there's legitimate like backing on the company's fundamentals, their finances, and everything that's going on. So. It's not the same situation as GameStop, but it has that sort of hype behind it, is what I'm trying to say. That's why you're seeing these numbers go so high right now. I'm going to cover this a little bit. All right, guys, I want to go over my other things. So, look, I haven't changed any of the... Guys, Neo, I'm telling you, this is a steal. In fact, I'm really considering buying in on this. Now, guys, what I want to share with you real quick is this. Clover Health, this is getting demolished right now. This is just getting demolished. And, man... they had the Q4 earnings come out, and like this is a long-term hold, guys. This is a long-term hold. Now, the thing here is this. I see the number right here. I'm down 25%, guys. Look at that. Almost $7,000 I've lost in this play. I still believe in this thing. I want you to understand, guys. The risky thing for me to do here, and the thing that a lot of new investors, myself included, what I did in the beginning is when I saw this thing's going down so much, this isn't working right. What I would have done is I would have sold out of this, put it into some other play, and like tried to chase this and chase that and chase that. If you're a new investor, guys, if you're new into this stock market game, you just started in this last 1 year or this year itself, whatever it could be, I would even argue 2 years. I still consider that to be new if you're only 2 years into the stocks. Do not do that habit. It's a very bad habit of going hype after hype, guys. That's the one way you get burned, all right? Just because you see that Clover's not doing well, oh, but look, this is going high, that's doing this, then you switch up and start doing that, guys, that's one very quick way to get burned in the stock, okay? If you have a play and you have conviction on it and you just stick with it, guys, you will definitely make money if you did your right due diligence. With that said, guys, I say this because if you're beginning in the stock market game, you need to have that habit built in. You need to know how to weather the storm. If you follow what I'm saying there, that when there's red and things like that, that resilience trait, that takes courage to see. You know, it takes some time to build up that where you could actually see red and not do it. So many people can tell you all day, oh, don't panic sell, don't panic sell. But guys, it's a different thing when you're actually in the thick of it. All right. So with all of that said, guys, with all of that said, I want to show you one move that I'm considering doing when it comes to Clover Health. All right. I believe in this company, and I'm gonna keep a position in this. I'll tell you what I'm thinking in my head. Since I'm in this growth phase where I want to start building this portfolio out, and you know, into making. Look, I am not here for the long term. Like when I say long term, I have to grow this to $1 million in 2 years. That's a very short time frame. So I have to take out riskier plays and make riskier moves like that. You follow? So what I'm thinking of doing is this. I don't see Clover Health having any big catalyst and movements coming up, you know, in the next few, like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I don't believe in the company. I really do, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to stick with what I was saying in this whole time. All right, guys? But I'm looking to start making a swing trade move on this, because you see I still have how much sitting in this, I still have almost 20 grand sitting here, right? What I'm thinking of doing with this play is I'm actually considering putting money from Clover into Zomedica, because remember what I've been telling you guys, Zomedica is going to have a huge run up coming into end of March. This company is going to start making a big move once that time frame comes in. All right, guys. To be honest, I wish I just bought in on this last week, but I wanted to really show you guys that when you see red, do not move. And you know, like I said, realistically, last week if I sold from Clover, went into Zomedica, I could have. Of course, all of those things are speculative. But my whole thing here is I'm trying to get you guys to. Because I read the comments. I read every single one that you guys are sharing with me. And some people are new to the stock market game. Some people have been here a long time. And I need to find the right balance of showing the newbies, you know, how to start, you know, how to get the habits right. What's the right financial habits? You know, think of when you're at the gym, you know, when you start working out. If you start learning how to bench press in the wrong form, it's much harder to correct it years down the line. That's why I really wanted that last week to show you guys this is the habit. Just don't sell. Yes, you could have done smarter moves. Yes, we could have pulled money from here to go into that. And I know it. I knew all of that. But I was really trying to show you guys, just hold, and then you can see what the results can bring. Okay, guys? Now, with that said, let me go into what I wanted to tell you before about Rocket Mortgage here. So, this is getting a lot of news right now. I'm sure a lot of people are seeing this. So basically what's going to happen here, guys, is Rocket is giving a special one-time dividend, and there's a lot of posts going around about how it's going to affect short sellers and other things like that. And some of these things are really not that accurate, okay? So I want to dive right in and just like cover the general details of the dividend. You're going to get a one-time dividend of $1.11 per share. Now, there's 3 dates that as an investor you need to be aware of relating to this. So those dates are going to be the record date, the ex-dividend date, and then the payment date, okay? And contrary to the popular belief, the record date is not actually the date that you need to own the shares by. I'm going to say this again, guys. The 3 dates you want to know: record date, ex-dividend date, and payment date. Record, ex-dividend, payment. Record, ex-dividend, payment. Okay, remember that. And you don't need to own the shares before the record date, okay? Because I've seen a lot of videos, that's what they're saying here. The record date, you know, this is like to be eligible for the dividend, right? The record date is really just an accounting date for the company and the brokers, and the ex-dividend date is actually the date that's important to know for the dividend eligibility. Now, generally speaking, the ex-dividend date is one business day before the record date, okay? So the ex-dividend date is going to be 1 day before the record date. Remember, I know these terms get confusing, so you can rewatch this if you need. And the investors who buy the stock on or after that ex-dividend date, they are not eligible to receive the dividend. Now, as far as I can tell, Rocket has not put out a specific ex-dividend date. But if they follow the practice that's been done in the industries, then the ex-dividend date would be on the Monday, March 8th, which is the day before the record date. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. The ex-dividend date, if they follow what the standard practice is going to be on the 8th, and then the record date is going to be on the 9th. This means that to be eligible for the dividend, you would have to buy the stock on Friday, March 5th, okay? I'm going to say that again. To be eligible for the dividend, you would have to buy the stock on Friday, March 5th. Then, once all of the shareholders are recorded after the close of business on March 9th, the company can start the process of dividing and distributing the money to the brokers, which they will eventually give to the actual shareholders, okay? So this also means that for most dividends, if you sell the stock after the record date, but before the payment date, you're still eligible to receive the dividend. I'm going to say this again, guys. I know I'm repetitive, but I know when you're new to this game and you know these terminologies can be confusing. I don't know. This is just the way my brain works. I need things repeated. All right. So for most dividends, if you sell after the record date, but before the payment date, you're still eligible to receive the dividend, okay? So you can sell it after the record date. Now, let's get into which shares the dividends will actually be paid to, okay? Basically, this dividend is going to get paid out to Class A shareholders, and the leaders in the Rocket Mortgage team, they did clarify that this basically means, most of our, if we're going to be holding this stuff, we will be able to get the payments given out like that, okay? The big thing that's going on right now is that there's a lot of talks that the shorts are going to have to, cover for this, and there could be a big squeeze that could come out, coming into Friday, This is the thing. If you go, I've been looking up online everywhere. Stock twits. Some people are saying 100. Some people are saying 50. Some people are saying to the moon, whatever that means. So guys, the way you want to really play this thing is we can expect a run up in this stock leading up to Friday, in my opinion, and then come Monday, I'm planning. I really, like I say, guys. I tell you guys what I'm thinking real time. Okay, what I'm saying right now on this March 2nd, I'm thinking on that day to pull out, okay? Because you see, as long as we hold it, you know what I said, from the ex-dividend date, then we're still eligible for it. So once we can we'll still be able to get the dividend payment, on I think the 23rd is the day, is what they had. So that's how we can kind of play this stock, all right, guys? You want to buy in on this run-up, and then what we might just do is put in a trailing stop loss. You follow? So right now, what I'm thinking of is I really don't want to sell from Clover, as everything I'm saying is true about that company. In fact, you know what I might just do? I'll do this real time with you guys. Okay, Sidious is also down today. This actually might be a good buy. Because you see, I don't want to show you guys that I'm out of Clover. I'm just looking to maybe make a couple day, maybe a week or two swing with Clover, with this money in Clover, so that I can recuperate, the losses that I made so far. The $6,700. If I can make $6,700 out of this, out of my initial investment right here, this 20 grand, and I can go back to my initial 25K that I put into this play, that's really what I'm looking to do. So then I can buy this thing again when it's still on the dip. Because I don't see Clover running back up, to the, what price did I get? $12.69. I don't see that $12.69 mark coming up anytime, in the next few days. Let's just say that. Okay, it's going to come back soon, but in the next few days, I don't see that happening. So I'm really thinking perhaps taking the money from this and then putting it into Rocket, and then writing that out and then putting it back into Clover at the end there. But again, guys, I'm going to say this again. Do not do this. Okay, I will say this again. Do not do what I'm doing with that. All right, because this is what I'm doing here is chasing the hype. Everything. Remember what I told you earlier in this video? Do not chase the hype. Do not chase the hype. I want to show you real time. Like, this is not the habit to do. I really want that emphasized. Do not do this habit. This is something that you can do once you hit, once you've been in the game for a while and you've developed your habits like that. So the thing I'm thinking of right now is Rocket Mortgage I could ride into for the week, and then Zomedica I really could ride in for the rest of up to the true forma mark and stuff like that. Because what was the previous highs here? This thing hit 270s, 276. And it's sitting at 220. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do right now is cash out of Clover and split the money like that. I'm going to show you real time what I'm doing, all right? Sell all. Okay, sold this, all right? And watch what we do next, all right? So this is at 29.72 and Zomedica's at this 220. Let's just buy this. All right, let's do, how much do we want of Zomedica? Let's do 9 grand. Oh, I wish 90 grand. All right. All right, done. And then let's see, look, you can see our average price, $1.21 now, okay? That's our average cost in this. And then Rocket, we can buy in right here, buy. Look, I'm just doing these real time like this because I'm going to tell you, I see Rocket hitting, because the reason why, guys, the reason why I'm choosing this, because there's other stocks that are running up today. Because remember what I said, do not invest in stocks that you do not believe in. So let's just say whatever happens tomorrow, I could be completely wrong on all this. Let's just say Rocket tanks to like, you know, it goes back, it completely pulls back tomorrow, right guys? I am okay holding on to Rocket Mortgage. You follow what I'm saying? If it were to pull back, me making this play, I am not going to panic about. I still believe in that. Same thing with Clover, to be quite honest. I still believe in Clover Health. So that whole pullback, everything like that, I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a reason I put my money in this stuff and not like some of these other plays here, which I haven't researched as well. I don't believe in as much. And that's, you know, that's how I'm going about it, guys. I just did this play in front of you guys real time. We'll see how it all works out. But guys, please do not follow what I just did here, all right? This right here is a very bad habit. It's a very risky, very, very risky behavior I just did there. You want to stick to the plays that you have the action plan of action in, all right, guys? I'm just doing this because I told you in the other video, I have to grow this thing up to like up to 1 million in that 2-year mark. Remember I said before I turned 30? Yeah, guys, my birthday's in April, so this is kind of coming up pretty soon. So I'm turning 28 in April. So we're gonna see how this thing goes. One other thing I want to point out to you guys, IRO, please, if you haven't made a position yet, this is a good play. This is definitely, look at this previous high right there, $11. This is gonna shoot up to $18 in no time, especially with a lot of the COVID recovery. People are gonna start going out to getting like food stands, snacks, all those icy slushies. You guys remember all that, right? Back in the good old days, pre-COVID. So, guys, please remember, do not invest in companies you cannot believe in. Do not do that. Remember that when you play the stock market game, you can't act emotional. You cannot act emotional. Guys, I did this play just now with Clover, but I wasn't acting emotionally. All right, I want you to remember that. I saw that thing go down minus 7,000, and I'm not thinking emotionally. I'm trying to think logically here. All right, there's a big difference, but if you're a newbie, don't count on that. Don't count on that. This is not the habits you want to start developing. I know I'm being really repetitive here, guys, with a lot of the stuff I'm saying, but please rewatch the video I was talking about. Please rewatch this video that I've been saying, you know, with the Rocket Mortgage play, how you might want to consider doing this. In short, you know what I'm thinking? Buy in on this thing up to the you know, end of the week here. All right. Actually, I think tomorrow, on the 3rd, I think Rocket Mortgage, like CEO management team, I think they're going to be actually talking with I think like JP Morgan, or I don't want to say the wrong company, but I think they're actually having like a discussion with one of those big financial firms tomorrow. So that's another like mini catalyst. Obviously it's a mini catalyst, but something that could push this Rocket Mortgage play even higher. You know, I put a conservative estimate yesterday. One of the people they were commenting, you know, what I could see this thing hitting. I put the conservative estimate of $30. I'm changing that to $35 by the end of the week. All right, guys. Who knows? This is running up pretty fast right now. Might end up being the end of the day. So, guys, this is everything that I have here for you. I know this was a little bit like, you know, I was going on a few tangents here and there, guys. But in short, we are growing this portfolio to $1 million, so that's going to require making some risky plays here and there. When I say risky, I don't like saying that word risky. That does not mean making risky plays. That means making Not the safest place. I'd rather say that. To grow this thing to $1 million, that's going to require not making the safest of plays. You know, safest play I could do right now, just put it in Apple. You know, that's a very good move. So because I have to do those things, some of these moves I'm doing, that doesn't mean you have to copy every single thing I'm doing. You can listen and then do your own due diligence, guys. Please do your own due diligence. And once you do that, then you can act accordingly. All right, guys. Please, if you're new to this video, you're new to this community, we're a family here. We're growing this thing up to $1 million, and you know, I walk you through real time what actions I'm doing, what plays I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and you know, you guys can see what's going on here. All right, we were the first people in this family. You know, we were the first people to call out this Rocket Mortgage play last week. You know, I don't want to say the first people. We were one of the first. You know, we called out that earnings report. We knew it was going to do well, so we got in last week. And then look what happened right now. So guys, if you're new here and you want us to get in on some of these plays, please consider subscribing, joining this community, and you know, I'll keep you posted on everything that we do here. All right, thanks for everything, guys. You know what I always say, stay happy, stay healthy. Hopefully you're looking green as well today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.